Hi guys, how are you? Anyway, hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you stay and I hope you like it here. And if you're a returning subscriber, I see you. I love you. Anyway, I wanted us to catch up because I feel like there's a lot of things that I need to get out of the way because I don't want you guys to be shocked when I'm vlogging and. But anyway, let's get into it. If I'm looking down, I wrote some of the things here. It's not a lot of things, guys. It's just us reconvening so that we are balanced because I feel like the equilibrium is, But anyway, let's get into it. I think the last time you guys saw me, I was... Sorry, it's cold, by the way. Oh, I have a blanket on. The last time you guys saw me, I left India and then I just came back popping. Guys, I'm not working. Let's get into it. So I came back home. I think I came back home around October last year. Oh, I was excited to come back home after like a long time in India, and you are in that bubble of euphoria for 2 weeks, a month max, and then life starts happening. You are a graduate, you actually have qualifications, and you actually have to start making life for yourself. So the pressures are now starting. Unemployment, and then in you trying to curb unemployment, you have a foreign degree and you have to come back, convert everything. That process is straining as its own. Oh, whoa, guys. But anyway, you have to convert your degree. That was a process that, oh my gosh. But I did that. Also, when you come back home, you are excited. But I think if you are away from home for a long time, dynamics change. And having to try to find your footing and place in these new dynamics is a weird place because the home you were wishing to come back to is not the home you are coming back to. And you have to be at peace with the home that you were wishing to come back to. You will never get it because evolution happens, guys. People change, and I'm not expecting the people I left 3 years ago with the dynamics I left them 3 years ago to still be the same people. So I think that's also something that it messed my emotional state a little bit because I was like, oh, okay, hold up. I didn't account for that. So I had to now sit down and try to figure myself, try to figure the dynamics of everything, and that took a lot. And I felt like me putting a camera in my face the whole time when I'm trying to figure myself out is just not gonna do justice to how I want to deal with my emotions. I'm a person that self-isolates a lot. I love my friends, I love my family, but most of the time I like going through things alone. It's a red flag. I need to get rid of that. But that's what I did. I self-isolated. I was still with my family, of course, but vlogging was just not gonna give me what I wanted to give because I was like, I don't know how to navigate this area that I'm in. So me putting the camera in my face the whole time would have just made everything worse. And I'm glad I did, but also I'm also glad I didn't because I was like, I would have loved to see my space, my mental space on video around that time. But we live and learn. So I know next time that I go through a major change, vlog, even if I don't upload it, I think it will be good for me. So I think, yeah, unemployment and coming back home with trying to do my whole degree equivalence. I'd say to people, if you're somebody that's not patient, do your degree in your home country because the whole degree conversion is going to take you another 6 to 8 months that you're just sitting at home doing nothing because you're in that country. You're not qualified. You're essentially not qualified until they're like, oh, we recognize your degree. And sitting and doing nothing can feel weird. You're a little bit uncertain because you're like, what am I doing with my life? After that, life just blossomed. I was now in my emotions, able to express my emotions. Another thing I realized is when I was in varsity, I was an emotionally avoidant person. I was a person of, we need to get this degree and leave India. Anything outside of that, we will sort it out later. And I think I took it to the extreme of, I avoided my emotions, everything that was happening in my life outside my academics, I pushed it to the side. I made great friendships, I met cool people, but I think when it came to myself, I deprived myself of so many things. I deprived myself of feeling so many things because in my head I was like, you need to secure the degree and leave this country and everything after the degree. I actually don't know how my friends tolerated me during my degree, because when I sit down now, I realize I was such an emotionally avoidant person, and that's not a good coping mechanism. Right now, I advocate for people to feel their feelings, but do not allow your feelings to control you. So I think for me, I was like, academics, 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 academics. Now I'm sitting at home. I have no deadlines. I have no assignments. I have no research. Nothing in my brain is occupying the space. Now everything is coming back up. And I was like, okay, let's deal with this. And I think I realized I was such an emotionally avoidant person. And I don't know how I made friends. I actually don't know how I was a good friend to people, because now that I am able to sit down and self introspect and look back at the things that I used to do, I'm like, what were we doing? How far did we think ignorance is bliss will take us, But we live and learn, guys. And also, I don't hate the girl that carried me to this place, because I also feel like I'm growing and learning. In 5 years, I'll probably be a different person. Honestly, I'll probably be a different person and I'll probably be saying something different. But I realized that I need to learn to love the girls that carry me through the journey of life. Yes, I was emotionally avoidant, but there were people that still loved me in that era. There were people that saw what I could do, and I think a lot of people saw my self-sabotage. I self-sabotage a lot, which is the emotional avoidant thing, because now I find something that I'm like, okay, you're gonna use that as an excuse and we're not gonna address this. I don't like confrontation. I feel like if you meet me, I don't like confrontation. Anything that has to do with confrontation, I leave it. And that's not healthy. So I think I am starting to learn my red flags, and I'm starting to learn things that I can improve. Also, I don't even think they're red flags. To some people, they are. But for me, I think me realizing them and working on them is a good thing. So yeah, but also, again, I was like, okay, for me to feel these things that I've been suppressing for the past 4 years, I can't do them on camera. Oh, before I left India, guys, before I left India, it was like, no, darling, we're gonna give you another plot twist. I got diagnosed with PCOS. Oh, that shook my world. I got diagnosed with PCOS. I was put on medication. So the thing with PCOS is it doesn't go away. You just have to manage it. Being diagnosed with PCOS, I'm leaving in the next 2 months. This is a long-term disease, or is it a disease? I don't know. It's a syndrome. Yeah, it's a syndrome. It's a long-term syndrome that needs long-term management. I'm leaving the country. I was put on hormones, so many hormones, guys. Those things messed up my life. They messed up my life that I am still recovering from everything, even today. Like, I think I had a gynecologist appointment like not so long ago. We are still fixing things like that. And one thing about women health is it's not researched enough. And I'm like, why? Why is it not researched enough? But one thing about PCOS, that it rocked my world, because you realize hormones play a role in almost everything of you, how you think, how you do things, your physical attributes, your physique, your mind, your emotion. Guys, I was a mess. And I think I started becoming better 4 months into the treatment, but I stopped the treatment because it was a lot. It was a lot on my body. Even my parents would consider this is a lot, man. This is a lot. So we are now PCOS girlies. That's not something could be like happy about, but I'm trying to embrace it because I know I have to live with this for the rest of my life. If you guys want like a PCOS video, how to navigate everything, I think I'll do it, honestly, just for a girl out there who feels they don't know how to navigate life post PCOS. Because one thing about PCOS, you get the diagnosis, and then after that diagnosis, what? Because there's no plan. Okay, they give you, yeah, all these things you've been experiencing your whole life is PCOS, but there's no treatment. You're literally left there hanging and you don't know what to do. So I'll make a video for you guys on that. And let's get into a just like exciting things. I finally got a driver's license. In January, I got my driver's license. No, I went driving school January, and then I got the driver's license February. But here's the catch. I still haven't driven a car after getting my driver's license. I got it in February. The last time I was in a car was, no, I'm lying. It was in April when my dad took me out for like a drive to test my skills. Also, I don't recommend being taught by your parents. My dad, what I was taught in school and what my dad was telling me, two different things. And then I was panicking. The car was stopping in the middle of everything. Anxiety. And you know what, if I'm gonna buy a car, automatic it is, unless somebody who's gentle enough to teach me a manual car properly comes along, or I have the time to take out my parents' cars one day. They have enough trust in me to take the car out and just navigate everything. I will get an automatic car, because guys, I have so much driving anxiety when it comes to a manual car. I feel like you guys don't understand. You start, the gear changes, the car will be having epilepsy. Sorry, see, even the camera. The car, you're there, and you're like, in the middle of the road. I'm like, no. No. So I can't do that. And then adulthood, I just into adulthood. Guys, adulthood has been so amazing. It's scary, it's exciting, it's funny, but I'm loving it. It's scary though. It's scary. And also another thing that I think I was struggling with is I was coddled. My parents coddled me so much. I was a sheltered kid. So them leaving me to just find myself in adulthood. I was like, okay, what do I do? Haha. Also, I'm the firstborn. I don't even have people I could go to and be like, okay, how do you navigate this? I'm learning. And as I'm learning, it's exciting, it's scary. And I think another thing that made me come back into vlogging is like, I want to document me stepping into this era of my life. I feel like 30-year-old me would be so proud to look back at me today and be like, girl, we did it. Oh my god, all the fears you had about adulthood, you actually conquered them. And guys, that's all. Honestly, nothing happened. I think that's all that happened. Oh, also, I'm loving my career. I'm loving what I do. I think another thing you experience as a graduate during your degree, there's a point where you will hate your degree with everything it entails. And then I think around that time when I was the hate for the degree because of the pressures and everything that was coming at once, I now had the fear of, will I actually love what I'm doing? Is this my thing? You have those second thoughts and you never know what to say. But I love what I do, guys. It's draining. It's draining because I'm in public health and stuff, but it's worth it. I come back home and I feel like I found my purpose. I know I can still do more, but I think I'm walking towards the path that God actually wants me to walk in. Another thing about adulthood, or another thing about coming back, sorry, everything is just coming at the top of my head. Living away from your parents, when you come back, you guys keep up on calls and stuff, but when you come back and live with them, you realize your parents are getting old. And I think it's another thing that makes you think a lot about adulthood and actually trying to sort your life together, because in my head, my parents must see me succeed, so I have got no time to waste. My parents and all the sacrifices they've done, putting me in good schools, giving me access to global opportunities, and opening so many doors that other kids don't have. The only thing that I owe my parents is to be successful. That can be a lot of pressure, but for me, I don't think it's a lot. I think it's one of the things that drive me. My parents need to see me successful. They need to actually reap the fruits of their labor. And I think that's another thing that has been making me think so hard that, no, man, we need to lock in. We need, not for myself only, but also for my parents. And also, I'm a firstborn. I need my siblings. I need to be opening doors for my siblings, for them to see that it's possible. Life is actually possible. You could do it. It gets hard, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Adulthood has its shenanigans, but I think you have to live in gratitude. Once you live in gratitude, everything will look so beautiful even when you have problems and stuff, because you're doing things you love, you're doing things that bring so much reward and satisfaction to your heart. You are able to live in it, and I think those small steps help you to become better because you are loving the process, and in the process you are becoming a new you, and the new you is taking you to the vision of yourself, the woman of your dreams. I think one thing right now I'm working towards, guys, honestly, is being the woman of my dreams. I'm rambling, but I think you understand where I'm coming from. So yeah, I was saying another thing about going away from home and coming back is you realizing, guys, my parents are getting old and they need to see me successful. Another thing is there's so many changes in your mind. Like I feel my frontal lobe developing in real time, and I'm not liking it because I'm like, no, we need to process all these things. But now you're processing all these things, you are able to apply knowledge in a very fascinating manner. And I'm like, where were you the past 3 years? Where was this mentality? But that's the beauty of growth, man. You realize things and you realize that, what was I doing, man? But yeah, another thing is I feel like I'm giving my parents grace. I think the more I grow up, the more I come back home as I'm adjusting to everything and the dynamics of everything, there's something that clicks, that my parents are also doing life for the first time. Just because they're my parents doesn't mean they must know everything. Of course, experience is the best teacher. But I think as kids, we put our parents on a pedestal and we don't give them room for error. And I was like, nah, with my parents, that's something I'm doing. Another thing I did was to learn my parents outside of the boundaries of them being parents and them just being them, and I think that's the beautiful thing, because as you grow up, your parents actually show you sides of themselves that is not just a parent but themselves, and that has been the most fascinating thing. And I could go on and on and on and on, guys, but thank you. I actually came from work, hey. I actually came from work. I was like, I need to record this because if I don't, there's never gonna be a time. I think that's all the update that I wanted to tell you guys, and just a little bit chit chat rambling with me. But I appreciate you guys getting this far. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.